Viktor Krum and Hermione Granger. The romance that never was. Well, half romance that kind of was, but never was. Okay, that Hermione liked Ron more than Viktor and couldn't help her feelings and ended up rejecting a guy that really liked her romance. Yeah, I think that's more fitting. Anyway, despite the relationship not going any further after the Yule Ball, despite some letters back and forth, Viktor Krum turned a lot of heads when he took Hermione Granger to the Yule Ball due to the small tiny fact that Hermione was a Muggle-Born and Viktor was a student of the anti-muggleborn Durmstrang Institute. So why did he take Hermione out of everyone, knowing he'd make a lot of people angry? Let's find out in today's video. Okay guys, so here's the thing. There was less uproar about this situation than there really could have been, and I'm not sure whether J.K. Rowling intended for it to come across that way. In fact, I believe it was a perfect situation, from a writer's point of view, to highlight that pureblood supremacy existed in different areas of Europe, not just Britain. Viktor Krum and Hermione Granger appeared to the viewer as polar opposites. Now, appear is the most important word in that sentence because let's look at both individuals' profiles for an outer comparison. Viktor Krum has a long-standing magical background. His blood status is either pure or half-blood, but from his position within the school, his family's history and heritage, don't forget his grandparents opposed to Gellert Grindelwald and were either significantly harmed or even killed by him, I definitely feel it's not out of the question to correctly assume that Krum is a pureblood wizard. He comes from a school that do not, under any circumstances except Muggle-Borns, tolerate Muggle-Borns or even want their students in any way associating with Muggle-Borns. So the fact that he was spending time with Hermione and then asks her to the Yule Ball must have most definitely had his school colleagues at the very least asking questions or even quietly sharing their unhappiness with Krum's behaviour with a girl of such, what they would consider, a poor blood status. But the thing is, nobody would ever dare question Durmstrang's star man, Durmstrang's celebrity. Not even Igor Karkaroff, the school's principal, a former Death Eater, a man who once terrorised and killed Muggles and Muggle-Borns for fun and enjoyment. The man who so many parents of Durmstrang students despised for his horrific treatment of their children was all but Viktor Krum's most avid supporter. Krum could not be touched. His celebrity status gave him privileges that any other normal Durmstrang student wouldn't get. That status was elevated even more when he became a champion in the Triwizard Tournament, and he knew that too. He knew that there would be unhappy faces due to his association with Hermione. However, it wasn't being defined of tradition or using a celebrity status to ignite a response. It was how Hermione made him feel about himself that was the sole reason for his interest in her. Viktor knew he had a huge celebrity status. It separated him into two people. Viktor the person, who liked doing what the everyday person did, who was just a normal 18-year-old. And Viktor, the Durmstrang champion, the international Quidditch phenomenon, the star. The trouble is, the vast majority of people only wanted to know Viktor the star, only seen him for his achievements rather than the person he is. There wasn't a day where he didn't have his fangirls chasing after him, or students asking for his autograph, everyone applauding his every move. It was a daunting, repetitive scenario that made life seem a little lethargic. That's when it seemed like that kind of life appeared to be continuing. Then he sees Hermione Granger, the one girl who doesn't pay him a wink of attention, the one girl who doesn't see his star status, finally a girl who's not going to fall at his feet because of what he's achieved, rather a girl who's going to meet him face to face for who he is, for Viktor the person. That's what made Hermione so unique and special. She always saw the person first. He admired how Hermione wouldn't let anything like fame sacrifice her dignity like it had with so many others. He admired how much she applied herself academically. In fact, he actually loved to just sit there and watch her study. She openly objectified his wrongdoings in public, like when he couldn't pronounce her name properly. Hermione didn't care who was watching. She'd have corrected anyone else. Viktor was no different, and that is what attracted him to her. She gave him a grounded freedom, made him feel like he was just a normal person, something he had wanted to feel for so long. She definitely seen something in him, as he was her first kiss, a milestone I believe Hermione wouldn't waste on anyone. Not worth it, seeing as she overanalyzed everything. Viktor taking Hermione to the Yule Ball showed that it didn't matter how different people's backgrounds were, that it didn't matter how much magic it's believed to have in one's blood, that what truly matters is the beautiful scenario of two people seeing each other for the people they are, which is why they both deserved their special moment that night. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate your support. Everyone, notifications of uploads are more important than ever. So please, if you haven't already, turn those notifications on to make sure you're notified the moment my video goes live. Making videos is what I love to do. It's my dream and my passion. However, it does cost time and money to produce this content. So if you have $1 to spare to support me on Patreon in exchange for some exclusive unseen content, then you can click the Patreon link below or at the end of this video. Please only support me if you can afford it. And make sure to follow me on Instagram at InstaDNJ and on Twitter at PotterFolklore. Check out my other videos appearing on screen, and please make sure, most importantly, to hit that subscribe button. Thanks again everyone, and please have a great day.